One that was just too good.
Oh, nice.
Many more. Hey, everybody, you are on ISBSU Team Express Business Zoom. It is Monday night. It is 5:30 p.m. if you're in California. And if you're in Florida, it is 8:30. Welcome, 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 you guys. I'm so excited to be here. I'm excited. I missed you guys the last couple of weeks. We're going to start off with a little bit of recognition. If you have some recognition, somebody on your team that you would like to recognize, I would love you to throw it in the chat because, you know, we want to celebrate everybody. Again, a week in arrears is how the reports read. So that means they're a week past. They're not day by day current. So I just want to let you guys know that. So we're going to do a little recognition. We're going to do a little bit of announcement. I'm going to flip it to Mr. Greer to do some announcements for Down Under. And then I'm going to flip it over to Jeff Beebe, and then I'm going to mute myself. So I'm excited to do all of that, and I'm excited to learn tonight. Make sure you got your pen and your paper and you are ready to rock this training. All right, let's go with this. We have a new consultant on this team. It's actually under this consultant is under Michael and Blair Jewell, and the consultant is Andrea Montzingo. What a great name that is. I love that. Yeah, applaud, applaud, applaud. That's amazing. All right, so congratulations to them, all of them. And then I just want to say tomorrow we have our Global Associates call. It is at 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. Eastern. And you're not going to want to miss it because I've been seeing some of the little bunnies at corporate go shopping, and they're like being kind of mysterious about some of the prizes maybe that they're shopping for us. And it kind of looked like one was whatever that makeup store with the black and white, whatever that makeup store is. But then I spied the Mac store. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on here? So do I have any insider news on that? I don't, but I definitely am a little PI sometimes. So you want to be on this call to see what's up and what kind of goodies they're bringing us, because I heard from Cal it's going to be huge. You're going to want to be on that Zoom. Tonight is the last night for anybody that has an order of over $200. Anybody has an order of over $200 gets a box of adaptogen elixir, and I think we should rename it to, I don't know, lifesaver or something. Adaptogen elixir, you know, the little inner tube that they throw out to somebody that's like drowning in the ocean. I think we should rename it something like that because it is definitely a golden elixir for sure. We have a new, I don't have the new one, that's an old one, but we have a new product guide coming. This is the old one. So we have a new product guide coming, and I think that's going to be so intriguing and beautiful, and I'm excited to see that. This is the last week for Disney, so if you're running and gunning for Disney, go get it. And if you're not, I'm going to ask you why. It's just a decision. It's just a decision. I've seen people go executive within 24 hours. If somebody went executive, that's a Disney trip right there. Like, I've seen people do amazing things. And this Disney trip right now, we have 75 people that have qualified. We have 35 that are on their way. So come on, let's go. It's going to be so, so fun. A lot of times when we go to celebration, when we go to events, you guys, people always want to be first in the room, and they find out that, you know, the top 100 or the top 50 or the millionaires or whatever in Isogenics, you know, we get early access. We get early access. And people are like, oh, I want to be there. Or they try to cheat and take somebody else's badge or whatever. Well, guess what? You can get the best seats in the house by just enrolling 3 people on 100 QV or more during the pay months. So March 31st to April 27th, 3 enrollments. April 28th through May 25th, 3 enrollments. And May 26th through June 29th. And you are going to get some kind of celebration seating. So that will give you early access and probably a section that you're seated in. I'm not sure how they're doing it. That's not my business. My business is to just do my business, right? So remember that it's 3 per or more. It's not, oh, I did all 9 today. Like it's not that. It has to be 3 or more per commission month. So why not? If you don't already have early access, and I'm not even sure if they're still doing early access for us. So make sure you get on the ball. You don't think they are, Rhonda? Okay.
I don't think so. I think you
Okay.
gotta earn
So
it.
yeah, and gosh dang it, that means Jeff Beebe, you're gonna have to be in line at 4 a.m. Um, no, because I'm gonna have early access.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, you'll have it. You'll have it for sure.
so
And
just
how cool that, like, you don't have, you know what I mean? Like, you get to get in early. It's such a great thing to be able to be in there early. I mean, this is
is.
one of the greatest things I think they've ever thrown at us. I love it.
Yeah, and if you've never had that, I'll just tell you, like, oh, so what? I don't need to be there early. That's some of the best hugs, the best conversations, the best pictures, the best energy. Like the music's loud and pumping. You're running around seeing all your friends or seeing the people that you're only on Facebook friends with. Like it's the thing. It is the thing. And you just dance the whole time because Rhonda Collier taught me that. So you're gonna just want to do that anyway. And if you don't have your ticket, come on, you got to go. Let's see. I'm just reading through this really fast. Okay. And this is going to go nicely together. Okay. We have also this Thursday and the following Thursday. So April 24th, May 1st, we have that wellness edge that Dr. Arciero has been doing, Paul's been doing. This one coming up is athlete strengths and power. And then the next Thursday is sprint and aerobic, which interests the heck out of me because as a former fitness trainer, what I know is the best workout that you can do for your body is anaerobic. So I'm really excited to see what they say about all of that. Make sure that's in your calendar. And that is, again, 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. Eastern. And I keep leaving out down under. So sorry, Mark. That means it's the following day in the morning, like at what, 10 a.m.?
Yeah.
No, it's actually, we've got rid of all daylight, so it's 9 a.m. 9
Oh,
a.m. Friday morning here. And yeah, if you've got anybody that's interested in the gym or in the sports or whatever, send them the link. It's an open thing to bring guests to listen, especially about, this one. I've starting to send this out to a lot of our football mates, to listen about this that are into the gym and, say, guys, it's an open training, information session.
I love that. That's yes, perfect. And then, so lastly, for me, I'm just going to tell you on the Leaders in the Loop, it says to stay in the loop. And what's one of the ways I always say every time we get on here, every Monday, isagenixbusiness.com, isagenixbusiness.com, isagenixbusiness.com. I actually had somebody reach out to me from another team that's been in Isagenix for a while, and they're like, so when is the call tomorrow and where's the link and how do I find it? And I thought, you've been doing Isagenix for so long. Obviously, you're not on our Monday nights where I say isagenixbusiness.com, isagenixbusiness.com, isagenix, and I think we get emails. But anyway, here's how you can never miss a call. You ready? isagenixbusiness.com. Subscribe to the calendar. Subscribe to the calendar, and you will always know when these calls are and where the recordings are going to be. And you can send that to your teammates. It's just such a beautiful way to stay connected, and it's such an important way to stay connected. This is our business that we're building, so we want to make sure we're in the know with our business partners calendar for sure. So I was excited to see that in Leaders in the Loop, that it reminded me I am subscribed and I get all the things and whatever. But I think not everybody is, and they don't get that. So I was so happy to see that in the email so I could share that with you. Like it reminded me to share, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And I redid the text. You can text that number to stay in the know. I redid that today too. So if you didn't do that, I'll put it in the chat. Subscribe to Isagenix, and then it will text you the stuff and the specials that are coming up. So there's all of that. Mark, did you have any more announcements from Down Under?
Yes, Mother's Day for us in Australia is the 3rd coming up. I think it's the 3rd. Better get it right. Yeah, so it's 3rd of May, so it's coming up. And Isogenics, as of this morning, 7 a.m., have got a Mother's Day bundle. There's limited stock. So if you know anyone in Australia that is on Isogenics or using the product, or so they're basically going to get 3 boxes of collagen elixir, a box of the watermelon hydrate with hyaluronic acid. I've got to say that slow. And they get a woman's hormonal support, and you're going to get a free like little makeup bag, goodie, Isogenics written on it with some Celotoire in it as a free gift. Okay, so the package is $247 Aussie, and you get that free Isogenics makeup bag with some product in it, so some Celotoire product. So yeah, it's a real good one, but it went on sale this morning, so hopefully they've got enough to go around.
That is amazing. I like that deal. I wonder what kind of deal we're going to have. I'm sure we will find out soon. That is amazing. Okay, thank you, Mark. And then Jeff, I was going to throw it to you, but I don't know. I haven't seen Rhonda since she got back from Italy.
That's what I was going to say. But I want to ask Mark something. So that means you're buying Jules a pack and your mom a pack, right?
Jules isn't my mother. She's the boss.
Hey,
boss.
He is a mother,
anyway, though. All right. That's what I wanted to ask. Rhonda, tell us about Italy real quick.
Just, man, blew my mind. Best trip of my life. And I've traveled all over the world. You guys, I mean, Isogenics just does it so right. The hotel they put us in was like a 12th or 15th century convent that is now like a 5-star hotel all along it's the most beautiful, most exclusive hotel in the whole Amalfi Coast. And they just rent these yachts for us, and we went to Capri, and we had dinners out, and we had shopping, and we had cooking classes. And oh my gosh, the gym, you guys, the gym was outside on the bluff overlooking the view, and it was magical. So I just got to say, run for every trip. If it wasn't for Samantha, I don't even know if I would have went for this trip. She kept telling me that you could do it, you could do it. And I loved it very much, you guys. And I just want to say also a quick shout out. It is Robin's birthday today. So happy birthday to
hey, Robin. Happy birthday.
I saw that. Oh my God.
Yay, Robin's birthday. Happy birthday, beautiful girl.
Happy birthday, dear Robin. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, girl.
Yeah, so it was fabulous. And I learned so much hanging out, with all of the people, everyone that hit that trip, of course, are major producers in this company. And, just to this note, everyone does their business a little different, you guys. If you think we all do our business exactly the same, no, there's 500 millionaires, there's 500 ways to become a millionaire, right? So it's always great to be around them and listen and hear. And just as I was leaving, I was getting tips from the Canadians, how they win all these trips, and I was messaging it out to all you guys. And that type of stuff is priceless. That's another reason why you want to be in the room early, like Debbie said. So I'll talk more about the trip, but just thank you guys for everything that you do. Really, you guys are out there promoting Isogenics every single day. We have the best team in the company, and I'm just so grateful. So thank you.
Oh, I love it. And she is spot on, guys. These trips are amazing what they do. So just put your head down and run for anything they put in front of you, because you know what? All it does is build your business. It's pretty amazing what it does. It motivates you to do something for you and your family, and and to think of all the places that we've been able to go throughout the world on Isogenics is insane. I mean, the pictures that come up in the memories and all this stuff, and you think of what's happened, when you start getting over 10 years, 13 years under you, 22 years, Rhonda, it's like memories come up a lot. So I'm just real thankful for Isogenics. And all I want to say, guys, if you don't have your celebration ticket, do whatever it takes to get there, especially if you really are diving in and say, I really want this to work. I really want this to work. That's where you're going to get the training and everything at a high level. And you're going to get to see really what this company is about. Because a lot of people join and they've been to our Super Saturdays and little things, but they've never seen the mothership, and you're like, oh my God. it is built. But when Mark came in, Mark will tell you when he came in, it was pretty amazing. He came in and got to go to Nashville when we filled the stadium. So,
I just want to say about the hotel situation, you know, the Gaylord does not have any more rooms available, but within a couple miles, it's not far. There are rooms available, you guys, and grab those rooms, you know, now, get them now. You can Uber back and forth for just a few bucks, you know, room together, do whatever you got to do. So just because the rooms are sold out doesn't mean you can't go. It's right down the road. There are many hotels and they're listed on the website. So thank you, Jeff.
I love it. And you know, you can Airbnb, you
Yeah.
do whatever it takes. Put 6 girls in a room, 3 guys, 4 guys in a room, whatever it takes, you know, pack them in there and do what it takes. But get that and get your team t-shirts. I said the other day, hitting managers, you get the hat. I said, even if you do 5 enrollments within this month, we're going to gift you a t-shirt too. You know what I mean? So just think, oh, I made a manager, I got the hat, I got the t-shirt, now I got my ticket to celebration. I'm completely set up. So anyways, that's in our team pages, all the pages, from Rhonda's, all the pages, we have the team t-shirts in there. You just order them. If you're going to be there, it'll be delivered to you at the event. And if you're not, you just need it mailed to you and they get mailed to you because they're a cool t-shirt to also make conversations. It's just like the hat. It says difference maker. On the shirt, it says difference maker. And people ask, what do you make a difference in? What does that mean? And it just opens the conversation up so easy. So anyways, I want to hear from Mark. And you know, this guy, it's been what, 8 years now or something? I don't know, a long time now. Mark, it's been a long time. I got to meet him in Vegas. And a lot of you guys know this story, but a lot of you guys don't. I got to meet him in Vegas. Debbie and I were at the I think I was speaking, or both of us were speaking on stage at the GoPro. But my segment, I got up and I was speaking. And when I came off stage, you can see when he takes his hat off, we look alike. And when I got off stage and walking back into the VIP room, he came up and introduced himself from Australia. He said, everybody's thinking I'm you. And we teased each other because he's a pro athlete. And once you find out someone's a pro athlete, you can take it to a different level, especially a guy. So we became great friends for a couple years. This is why you never give up on somebody. Get out of here and get into here. And I always felt something with Mark. I thought, dude, and I told him right off the get-go at the event, listen, whatever you're doing is not working. You need to be on our products. You need to be part of the organization and part of what we're doing. And 2 years later, he called me and I said, response back, it's about time, you know, type of thing. So he's a former pro soccer player. The guy knows his stuff. If you haven't seen his before and after picture, go look at it. 60 years old, the product of the product. He races the canoes now, the skis that you see in the Olympics. And he's like a first place winner. That's his mindset. And he shows up. We got to be there and he tried teaching me. So I realized this ain't easy what he does. This is a real deal, the real deal. So, anyways, 3-star crystal executive in Australia down under. Take it away, Mark.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for that. I'm just going to share the screen. And actually, yeah, can I share the screen, Deb?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good? Okay, great. Here we go. I'm just going to hit play. Awesome. So yeah, as Jeff said, turned 60 on the weekend. So yeah, it's, as I said, it's a choice to go. I was saying before with people that got on early, it's a choice to be unhealthy. It's a choice to age well or age not so well. It's purely a choice, and that's what we've got the solution for people. And I want to talk about that today. So whether you're new, whether you're old, it's always a great refresher. We don't sell facts, guys. We honestly don't sell facts. We sell stories. And as Rhonda just said, going to Italy, she got to hear how everyone else builds. I can guarantee it wasn't, oh, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3. They did it through stories and results. Okay, so I really want to just get everyone into the mindset, whether you're just a product user or whether you are someone who wants to build a business, earn some income, help people, it's so much about stories. And it's exactly that. And I always say to people, yeah, you may just want to start using the products, but I know 100% people are going to start asking you questions. So what do? You just share your story and your results, or someone else's story, okay? And then we give you the tools. I always like the analogy, it's like an apprenticeship. You're the apprentice, you've got tradespeople, the experts that have the experience around you wanting to teach you and help you. So you just connect them with the person that wants information, because you're doing your friend the best possible service by giving them the best information. And just say exactly that. Look, I don't want to do you this service and just let me tell you, because I don't know enough about it. I want to make sure you get the right info so you get the best results. I want to connect you with someone that helped me. That's it. And then away you go. So just quickly, stories, guys. So before I start a story, if someone's wanting information, this is sort of the basis. So anyone that's new, by all means, take a screenshot or whatever. I'm just tell me a little bit about you. Okay, what are your health goals? You know, don't just go thinking everybody's weight loss. I believe, this is just me, 95% of people, when they become unhealthy, it manifests itself in weight gain. Okay, so hence we spend a lot of time with the weight side of things. But remember, we're a health system. We're not a weight system. We are a holistic, all natural, simple health system. So ask the question, don't assume. Don't assume it's just weight, you know, because it's energy, sleep, all the things, gut health, everything that comes with it. You know, here's a big one for me. What have you tried in the past? You know, a lot of people have used isogenics in the past, and no disrespect to anybody previously. But remember, if someone starts on isogenics and they weren't coached the correct way, what are they going to pass on? They're only going to pass on what they know. And a lot of people that I've had isogenics think it's just a shake. We're not, right? So I say to people, look, I'm not going to assume, or I'm just going to give you the whole system because I want the best result for you. Make it about them, okay? And there's a big one. Why do you feel it did or didn't work for you? That's a big one. So they might have tried something and it worked for them. So why hasn't it been maintained? Is it life? Is it time? Is it family? Is it sickness? Is it why did it work? Why didn't it work? You're going to start saying, oh, I just don't have the time. I don't have the time to food prep. Great. You know, you've really got some key points that give a big tick to isogenics. It's so time effective, cost effective, right? You know, I've become a parent. I've got 4 kids to run around, 3 kids, 2 kids, 1 kid, whatever it might be. Elderly parents, I've just run out of time. Perfect, right? Taking the kids to football, you can have your shake, your meal in the car at training, okay? What made you reach out to find out more about isogenics? Did they see a friend? Did they see one of my posts? You know, whatever it might have been. Find out why did they get to that point, right? It really, really helps, okay? And then, as I said, what do you know about isogenics? Because you really just don't want to assume they know about it. They say, oh, I've used it before. Well, again, I don't want to assume anything, no disrespect, but I'm just going to give you the whole system because I want the best result for you. Okay, I haven't told any stories yet. I'm just asking questions. And ask. Tell me a bit about you. Can I ask you some questions? And here's where the stories come in. Okay, everyone may or may not know, as Jeff said, I was a former athlete. When I come to the end of my career, I went back to university, got an engineering degree. So I don't sell. I'm a very technical field I'm in, but I don't sell facts. I tell stories, and stories about customers' referrals. That's what we do. Customer referral to suit their purpose. It's no different. You don't sell a fact, you sell a story. Might have a fact in there, but it's a story that can relate to someone. Okay, same thing. If you want to connect someone and they're a nurse, tell a story about a nurse. And I'll give you an example. Renee, who's in Australia here, has had amazing transformation. She had some serious stomach issues, endometriosis, all these sort of things, and so much pain. She started on isogenics, lost weight, but more so the pain subsided. You know, and she went off it for a little bit. She went on a cruise, and by not staying on the system for that 10 days, the pains came back. Now, again, we don't, to be compliant, we don't profess to treat, heal, or cure anything, guys. It's amazing what happens when you start to fuel your body correctly. You align yourself in that alkaline sort of window, what your body can do. Okay. So again, tell a story. Renee's fantastic. And guess what? People want to know what she was doing. So she started referring people. And now she's making a weekly income from Isogenics, okay, to help being a single mum. Right. So be a great story sharer. I don't say teller, sharer. I think that's more important than what it is. And as I said, tell someone else's story. So these training courses today, the team page is a testimonial page for Isogenics. Listen and read these stories, guys, because one day you'll get to share that with someone. Okay. Again, when you hear what they're after, I can relate somewhat to what you've told me and know where you're coming from. Right. So you're not telling them they're wrong. You're not telling you, I can relate to somewhat to where you're coming from. Share the story. Right. So I'm really going to pull someone out here. This is all about, I'm going to stop my share for a sec. So we've got a 100-pound club member here. So Roy, right? So I want everyone to understand your 2-minute story or your 30-second elevator pitch, they call it. It's really important to get that right. So I'm just going to give you a bit of basis for the new people. Where were you before Isogenics? What happened what'd you find when you start Isogenics, and where do you see your future with Isogenics, whether it's just using the products, making money, whatever it might be. So Roy, can you give us your elevator pitch, your 30-second elevator pitch of your story? Because, you know, you've done well with Isogenics. Tell us a little bit about your 30-second story.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I originally started back in April, I dropped 80 pounds, well, 100 pounds in the first 9 months. And that was the trigger for me. You know, prior to that, aches and pains, not sleeping well, feeling bloated gut all the time, feeling depressed, anxious. I had suicidal ideations prior. It just was not in a really good place. I got on the Isogenics. I dropped 100 pounds in the first 9 months, and that was a catalyst for me to be the change that I want to see in the world. So I got it in as an associate, signed up under Jeff Beebe, and I've been getting trained with Jeff and Debbie this entire time. I'm starting my own team, building my own team, and I'm never going to stop. I'm Isogenics for life.
Thanks, buddy. You did so well, and I know you threw you on the spot, but that's it, guys. It's just a simple. Where were you before Isogenics? You know, why did you start? What did you find soon after you started? Like Roy said, and where do you see it in the future? And as Roy said, he wants to be the person that changed the world. I don't know if you saw that Noah's. It was about Noah, the Ark, or whatever. It was a movie, and I always remember. I can't think of the actor. And he always says, how do you change the world? 2 people at a time. And that ark was 2 animals at a time. Well, that's what we do. 2 people at a time, one on the left, one on the right. And the ripple effect just goes from there. Okay. So I always love that analogy. I want to be the person, that I want to see the world to be. And that's exactly it. 2 by 2. That's pretty much exactly what Noah did in the ark. So, guys, we've got it in front of us, the ripple effect. Look, Jeff started, and look at the ripple effect that came all the way to Australia. So you never know where it's going to be. Craig Nottage, prostate cancer. Doctor told him he had to lose weight, came to me in November, started, blew the goals away the doctor said him, had his prostate surgery, feeling so great. And guess what? Got a phone call from him this morning. He's got a cousin visited him, wants to know about Isogenics, and lives in Sydney and Perth, and Craig lives on the other side of the country. So I've got an appointment with her straight after here to help Craig share the information with his cousin. Okay, so it's amazing where the ripple effect's going to lead you, right? So, yeah, so I'm just going to share the screen again. Thanks so much again, Roy. Okay. Oh, I've gone one too many. Okay, so as we said, tell me a bit about your goals. Okay. Be a great story sharer, so your story. Then other stories, like I said with Renee, totally understand where you're coming from. I know another nurse that's had a great results, and look where she's come. Okay, transformation pics. They are a story in themselves. right? You know, you might come across someone with diabetics. You know what? I know exactly where you're coming from. Our system is so great for diabetics. We do it a little bit differently, but the products are all still used. And here's a little reason why. The original formulator of Isogenics in John Anderson was a type 2 diabetic. Let me tell you a little bit about his story. Okay, so you imagine a formulator who's a type 2 diabetic doing this system. So if anyone doesn't know about the diabetic, how to use the system, it's slightly different. You can go into Healthy Best You, type in John Anderson, type in diabetics or diabetes, and it'll be there, how to use the system. Okay, so guys, it's fantastic for everybody. Okay, a couple of little reference websites there. Obviously, we've got isobestyou.com. Up the top right-hand corner of the training tab, there's so much information, everybody, about how to share, how to do a three-way call or a three-way connection. You know, there's so much information in there. Understand it's there and it's up to date. It's fantastic. Isogenicshealth.net is the Isogenics open. It's an open page to the public. There's so much great technical information in there, so it's been summarized, and then all the references for anyone that's a medic that has access to medical reports, they can go in and look at these different studies that have been done if they want more detail. But again, I don't think too many people do. Again, they want to know a story that includes some facts, but it's more about the results that relates to them. And that's what those original first slide was about, finding out about what have they tried, what are they looking for, you know, a bit about them. You ask them why it worked and why it didn't work in their mind, they're going to tell you their job, their life, their family. You're going to hear a little bit about it. Okay. So you don't have to do you just ask about them. Remember, if you make it all about them, then again, facts don't sell, right? Facts tell, stories sell. Finally, guys, here's some stories, right? There's so many of them. You know, that's actually, Jeff mentioned the top right, that was at Nashville. I don't think in here is the picture that Jeff and me met, but yeah, I did have it up. I took it down. There's Jules, my partner. So there she is down the bottom. We did a photo shoot for the Isobody Challenge years ago, and Jules was mucking around with mud and carrying on for the photographer wanted to do some stupid stuff. And there's Jules in the bottom right. So when Jules and me met, Jules was getting migraines all the time. She suffered them all her life. She was lactose intolerant, always having stomach issues. Since she started on the isogenic system, and I'll be honest, Jules doesn't use it 100%. She's more in the maintenance system, one shake a day. She doesn't get stomach issues anymore. She can have our standard shakes, no problem. Even though she's lactose intolerant, she can't have standard milk, but she can have our shakes. Okay. She doesn't get the migraines anymore. Okay, very rarely. Only if she eats chocolate, would you believe? But that's Jules in the gym with Jeff, actually. Jeff was taking the picture. That was in Australia. So, guys, it doesn't matter how fit someone is. Jules is a little pocket rocket, I call, as Debbie laughs about that. But she's always been healthy. She was an athlete, but she had these issues. And once she started to get rid of the toxins, started to fuel the body better, look what happened. Migraines, stomach. So, guys, there's a story in itself there. Okay, so yeah, that's a little bit. That's probably all I wanted to talk about today, guys. Was just stories. These pictures tell a million stories. That's all you got to do. Relate the story to the person, your story or someone else's. So, has anyone got any questions, objections, anything like that? Because objections are a story. So, you know, that middle section, I can relate somewhat to what you have told me and know where you're coming from. Okay. So I had another.
I got a question.
Yeah, go on, mate. Let me just finish and stop this.
So I did a sip and sample this morning, and as I was wrapping up, I had literally had my table wrapped up. I was getting ready to leave, but a lady came up to me. She was from Germany, and she asked about if we had collagen on our products. And I'm thinking, okay, great. You know, let me show her some before and after transformations from the pictures, talked to her a little bit about our marine collagen. And as I'm getting into it, she goes, I won't use collagen. I can't stand collagen. And I was like, okay, well, is there a specific reason? And she really wouldn't get into details for me. She just said, I don't like it and I won't use it. So then I asked her what she was doing. She said, she was on a whole food based diet, but she was gluten intolerant and all these intolerances. And I was just like, well, that must be really difficult for you to get your nutrition in. And before I could get a little bit more elaboration on the collagen, she just looked at me and she turned away and she walked out the door. And I was like, okay, how should I have, all right? Like, how should I have talked to her about the collagen being our marine collagen source when, you get these people who like, no, I don't want sugars and I don't want carbohydrates in my shakes or blah, blah, blah. Any ideas from anybody on how I should have, maybe wrangled her into that collagen?
I guess, Roy, from what you just said, she said, does your products have collagen in it? Is that right?
Yeah.
I probably would have responded, we have one product that really focuses on collagen, so you don't rule out the whole range. That's just one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just her at the moment. If she's not going to tell you why she's got a problem with collagen, I know Debbie was waving a hand. But yeah, I would have said we've got one product, amazing collagen, right? That's one product. And that way you're not ruling out the whole range. So, yeah, but anyway, Debbie, did you wave your hand? You wanted to say?
And release.
Debbie is a little bit in a punky mood. So take this with a grain of salt. She wasn't interested and she just needed to vent to you how much she wasn't interested. So bye, Felicia, period. Sounds like it's for you, period. Or if you wanted to go niceties, you could say, okay, well, it sounds like you're not interested in the collagen. And like Mark said, that's kind of a standalone. We have a couple standalone collagens. However, you might be interested in our gluten-free and artificial flavor-free and perfect nutrition. So you can get the nutrients in your body. I can discuss that with you. And then if she's still resistant, you guys, most every excuse is that I don't want to right now and I want to be right and you're wrong, period. And you have to let those people go. They suck your energy. There's people out there going, I would like to know more, or maybe I'm too embarrassed to come talk to you about it, but they're there. And if we spend our time with these people that aren't interested trying to talk somebody into it, anybody got horses? Because the horse isn't going to frickin' drink the water no matter how hot it is outside, no matter how sick it is, no matter how much I want to save its life, it's not going to drink the water. So we have to remember that, and so you can go in and out of, I can be a little arrogant with our products and I can be a little punky, meanie. There's other words I'm thinking, trying not to say. I can be that. Or I can be a little nice, but you kind of you're not going to talk anybody into anything. Rhonda, what's that sentence? The mind made up. What is that sentence? I always remember that sentence. I can't remember.
I can't think of it either, but the questions are always there, right? Like, what is working for you? What problem can I help you solve? That type of thing. Asking the questions instead of talking is generally, I'm trying to do much more of that, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I think that the question to her for me would have been, what problem can I help you solve?
Yeah, and it sounds like she would have not even given you that.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's like you said at the beginning. It's like
and
she
if she
just
doesn't
wanted
have a problem,
right.
Let's talk about the weather. What are you doing later?
How about them bears?
How about them bears? Right.
You're hearing it.
I guess, Roy, one of the things you can start with, and everyone get used to doing this, is whenever you see an objection, whatever, it's, I know where you're coming from, or I can relate somewhat to where you're coming from. It's always agree with them. Don't try to say, oh, no, that's not right. That's not our products. I know exactly where you're coming from. I'm so glad that our products are soy-free, gluten-free, low GI, no artificial preservatives or sweeteners or anything in our products, right? Bang.
GMO.
And she goes, oh, okay, because then all those things that she's got, it's just what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeff, I don't know whether you've got access to it. I don't have it quickly while I'm talking, but there isn't and I don't know what the right word is, allergens table. Is it allergens? Yeah. So if anyone for the new people don't know, there is a table that shows the products and all the allergies, peanut, all that sort of stuff. So
Mhm.
if you're interested, it's always there. Again, we don't want to be the experts. We just want to connect them to a story, connect them to some information. But there is a table there. So just familiarize yourself with it.
We'll put that in the groups too. And Roy, you're hearing it from 3 executives here and above. And I would have did the same thing. I'd have said, "Oh wow, I love it. Tastes great, but I understand all our taste buds are all different. What other goals do you have?
Yeah.
Do you have any goals for this year that you want to achieve?" And guess what? I don't know if I told you, but I released 130 pounds on this stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm loving it. I'd love to
It's
help have athletes and share
yeah.
the stories, and that's it. And then again,
That's good, Jeff.
bye bye, bye
Don't listen.
bye.
Yeah. It's just like Debbie said, my feeling was she just wasn't gonna give me the time to dig into a little deeper. She just wanted to, for whatever reason, tell me that, she's gluten intolerant and all these things, and she doesn't, what she does. And I mean, she looks fairly healthy for an older German lady,
That's what you
and I
tell
tried to
her.
compliment her on that.
That's when you tell her, "Wow, I am so happy for you."
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
Whatever.
amazing. I'm happy for you. I found something that works for me. It sounds like you found something that works for you.
Yeah.
I got to finish packing up my car. I got
Yep.
another
I gave her my card too, just in case.
There
You
is,
always, I'm giving you my punky answer with the mood I'm in right now, right? I'm giving you that punky. There's some realism to my answer, though, is you've got
Yeah.
to be careful with allowing people to tell you everything that's wrong with you and your products and why they don't want it. You don't have time for that, and it's not necessary. Oh, sounds like this isn't for you. However, when you hear Mark and Jeff spin it on the nicer, like, ask the question back or whatever, the key thing is, guys, you're going to be the one in the moment. You're going to be the one in the moment. You're the one feeling what the energy is coming in. We can advise, but we weren't there. So to me, she sounded like she was a punk ass. So I would probably, be like, okay, this isn't for you. Have a nice day. But leaving them with the nicety of, wow, it sounds like whatever you got going on is working for you. If you ever would want to know more, I'm always here. I did release 130 pounds and I am feeling my best. Let me know. I'm always around. Have a great day. You want to leave it so they feel like, even though they've been a punk ass, they can come back to you. You do want to leave it like that. So just, you guys have, like Mark said, I love that. Like Rhonda said, have that question, or have that, oh yeah, I know where you're coming from. Like, I blah, 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 or my mom, blah, 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 or whatever,
Yeah.
have that ready, but be brief, because you are never going to talk somebody into what they don't want or what they're
Exactly.
not ready. You're
Or
not.
they're so set on what they don't know because they really don't know the truth about it. It was like the runner that we had, that Amanda signed up, that she had such an issue with the Cleanse for Life having sugar and carbohydrates in it. And she was like, no, I don't want to do this because I don't want sugar and carbohydrates with my cleanse. And once we showed her the science and told her, it was like, then she got her finally signed up. And it's like, no, you want that,
Hey,
So it's
listen,
like education.
if you wouldn't have taken your time and listened a little bit, she would have been completely shut off. So
Yeah.
you took your time
It's a
and
balance.
didn't bash
Yeah.
her. You connected her, I think, with Mark. You connected her, or you found some information to send her, and it opened her eyes. But sometimes we have to be mindful on how we do it. And energy is everything, because, and Rhonda sort of taught us this a little bit, but Debbie and I have always guarded our state with good energy.
Yep.
I cannot be around bad energy. It just whoop puts me, I'll run. I'll run. I
And he does. And he holds me out front as a shield.
I will run, honestly.
I
People go, "What
swear.
happened to Jeff?" He
Yeah.
had
so
And he's gone. I can't do this. And he'll leave. And I'm like,
I'll leave in a
hey,
heartbeat. If I feel bad energy and I feel that, you'll think, where'd he go? I'm just out of here. And
That's
that's been
mindfulness.
me. That's been me since day one.
Yeah.
Especially since stuff happened in our life that I need about positive. But when you get around Rhonda at the very beginning, she was all about this energy, 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 energy. And
positive.
then I'm like, oh, And that felt good to us because I'm like, we've lived around. Oh, I guarded my state so drastically from negativity. I couldn't be around it. At work, I'd fire them quick. They'd be hired one day, next day they'd be fired. I don't care how long of the job it would be. I mean, not fired, just let go. I couldn't be around it. And but we'd be at restaurants or anything, and we'd feel the good energy from a waitress or anything. Rhonda, you'd see Rhonda just sort of whoop. And that's when we went, whoop, okay, listen, training, watch. And we watch how she interacted. Next thing you know, flipping phone numbers were being changed within 2 minutes.
I'm trying to think if Robin remembers how we did that in 2009. I know we connected in line at the store, I mean, at the coffee shop, and we connected on Facebook. That's what I did.
Actually, Ron, you were behind me in line at Pete's Coffee in Brentwood. And I remember I met you and I instantly loved you. And we talked, it was like a 2-minute window of time. So
Yeah.
had we not have met at that time. And I went outside, I was going to meet somebody else, but I was just still waiting for them. And you got your coffee and you were sitting outside and you're like, why don't you come sit with me? And we just chatted, and I was a
Nice.
runner at that time. It was, I never forgot that moment. We stayed in contact on Facebook.
Yep, there you go. Good energy.
Yes.
Might I just listen to everyone, Roy, too. Remember, and this is the key. I'm not smart enough to bring this up myself or learn it myself, right? Eric Warwick, always end the conversation with a question. Okay, so just remember, no one's going to make a change. Remember, the magic happens on the other side of change. That's for anything in life, right? If you don't make a change, you're going to get the same. So someone's why has to be stronger than their why not. Otherwise, they won't do a thing. So, Roy, I maybe just thinking now is, so that lady, understand, if I could show you something that was gluten-free, soy-free, blah, 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 and didn't have collagen in it, would you be interested in having a look? If they just shut you down, their why is not strong enough. And that doesn't mean no, it just means no, not right now. They're not in that place. So, guys, just bless and release, move on. They've had a solution, offered to them. They're not interested. So, like Debbie and Jeff said, but always try to remember, guys, whenever you're talking to someone, whatever, always finish with a question. Okay, that's the whole
that
thing.
One, I like the if I would you.
A mind convinced against its will is a mind convinced still. Is that how it goes?
She spent this whole time thinking this.
Against its will. I want you to think about that, because this is what happens. You talk somebody into it. You talk somebody into it. You talk somebody into it. And a week later, there's a return.
Yeah.
Not even fun to play with. Not even gonna do it. So a mind convinced against its will is of that same mind convinced still, or something. I don't know. Rhonda, you had it so long ago. It was such a great lesson. I would just always think about that when I was trying to talk somebody into it, or why isogenics is the way. Like, no, not doing it.
And
all right,
Debbie, you've got a great point. So just training again, there's a bit of an open forum at the end of questions. Please, guys, this is just my belief, right? Remember, my belief. I never, and I used to, the first company I started with used to give product for people. Can I try it? I never give product away to try anymore. I'll tell you why. They haven't got buy-in. Nope. They're doing it because you want it for them. They don't want it. And I can tell you what they'll do. They'll maybe try it once and then not do it, and they're not going to see results. I didn't like that. Okay, if they buy it, remember, 30-day money-back guarantee, right? They got buy-in. They're going to try it. If you give it to them and it's a 50, 60, whatever it is in your country for a shake, a canister, they're not going to use it every day. Plus, they're missing out on ionics. They're missing out on, the accelerator, the system, right? So I never give anyone product anymore. I learned that from the first company because they haven't got buy-in. All right, so just a little tip, just training again, guys, please. Don't give them that taste or anything else. They can buy it, try it, get the results. Right, 30-day money-back guarantee. Yeah.
I love it.
Debbie?
Debbie?
It's a system. It works synergistically together.
Yeah.
Yes, one more, Ken, and then we'll end it early even.
Yeah, I have an answer for Debbie. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still.
Thank you,
The phrase as it was written here appears in the section "You Can't Win an Argument" in Dale Carnegie's popular book, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Nice.
There it is.
Ken.
And there's the rest of the story.
Thank you. And I've read that book.
Nice,
Thank
Ken.
you.
Repeat that one more time.
Drive me nuts.
Say it.
One more time.
Yes. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still.
Nice.
Okay.
And can I ask one favor
Yes.
before we leave? I'd love to hear from Rhonda. Rhonda, are you there?
She's right into.
I want to hear, does everybody know we have ghosts in our family?
Oh, yeah. You want to share a ghost?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, there I am. I was over there taking care of Ghost. Here's Ghost.
Oh,
Hi,
yes.
sweetheart.
The new
Oh,
adoption.
Ghost. You're so beautiful.
He's
know.
8 pounds and he's shaved down. It looks like an uncooked chicken right now, quite frankly.
Looks better than you did when you found him.
So he's new to the family.
And I got him on Easter Sunday, and he's now trying to eat my shoe right now. So yeah, he's 3 and he's adorable, and I'm healing him back in his body, back to life. He was really in bad shape. So thank you for asking.
It's so great you found each other. So
Love
great
that
you found each
story.
other
How cool is that?
Yes.
Thank you.
on Easter Sunday.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Right. Kimberly, you have a question real quick. Your hand's up and then we'll end it.
Not a question, a comment, if that's okay, if I can plug Harmonia, right? Real quick.
Yeah.
So there's 20% off with Harmonia. So I was setting up my next subscription just for everyone and their people. 20% off, so I threw in the 3-pack and I'm like, well, that's really good. Let's see how that works. Also, it's 20% off anything else in your cart. At least that's how it came up for me. So please go in your back office and check. I just had coffee and Harmonia and it was 20% off everything. And I marked it for May 17th because it's good through the 18th or 19th, but I wanted to make sure that I got that in. So get Harmonia, get it for your female friends. For their, moms.
Oh, you have to have that in there though?
Yeah, is the 20% with one jar in your order
I
or
did 3. I think it's 20% off any Harmonia.
Harmonia
Right.
in your cart?
I just thought 20% off is definitely worth the 3-pack for
And
me.
you get 20% off the other stuff too?
It came 20% off my coffee also.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
So
Okay.
I just thought I'd share that because if anyone's, thinking about it, now is the time. That's
And
all.
remember, 20% off of cost also takes some BVQV off. So always make sure before you check out or you help somebody check out that it's over 100.
The 3-pack is 100 BV and it took it down to 80, but my QV still said qualifying order. My BV was 80, but it's still
Okay.
qualified.
Okay,
Said that.
thank you.
Did check that too. Thank you.
Okie dokie. Great training, Mark. I love
Mark,
it.
that was
Training.
Yeah, I
awesome.
mean, you always, trust me, we got the leaders that we have on this team. I'm so thankful every day because I get to learn. I don't ask, what are you going to train on? Debbie don't ask, what are you going to train on? We know he's going to bring the goods, and just Mark has so much knowledge, guys, we're barely tipping it, getting into it. I mean, when you see him dig in, it's like, dang. So appreciate you, Mark, and wish you lived right around the corner from me instead of right down under. But let's keep rocking and rolling. And who's gonna take us out? And then I got a little meeting with Rhonda real quick. We're getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning or something for a call.
CEO of my life. Can't wait to have Jeff Beebe on. And I will post the recording, of course, in the groups for everyone. And thank you, Jeff, for being on tomorrow. I plugged you today. Everyone is going to be on. It's going to be a great call.
All right, perfect. Stay on, Rhonda. But let's see, who do you want to take us out?
I think
Mark?
that
Oh,
we
the
need to have Robin. It's her birthday. And
Yeah, the
we
birthday girl.
sang,
Let
but only I sang to Robin. So I think
Okay, let's sing to Robin real quick because
Yeah.
she deserves it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you.
Hey, dear
Happy
Robin.
Hey,
birthday
dear
to
Robin. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
All
And I
right.
know
We love
Jim
you,
is treating
Robin.
you like gold today.
And I'm
Okay,
Listen
so
to that
Robin, you get to take us
harmony.
out.
Oh,
You're gonna count to 3 and scream isogenics.
okay. 1, 2, 3.
Isogenics! Happy birthday, Robin!
Hey.
Thank you,
Happy
thank
Thanks,
birthday,
everyone.
guys.
you, everyone.
Thank you,
Great job,
everybody.
brother.
thank you, guys.
Thank you all. Love to you all.
Love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Adios. Okay, don't make me
Bye,
dump it.
Marcus.
It's frozen.
Frozen. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back
Hit the
anymore.
button. Go ahead and hit the exit Marcus.
Oh.
End at the bottom, right at the bottom, in Zoom.
There we go.
We'll see you. You can always call us if you need something.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
There you
Okay,
go.
Miss Rhonda Collier.
Okay, now I am going to